Welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm your host, Chad Owens. Whew! What an amazing week and weekend it was. I went to Las Vegas for a charity golf tournament, the Salvation Army ARC charity golf tournament. I talked about it on Friday, and we went and got it done. First place at the ARC Salvation Army charity golf tournament. Shout out to my teammates, Richard Cooper, Jess Cooper, and brother Bruce Leroy, as I called him. It was such an amazing experience to be part of this. And again, I'm so proud of my brother, Richard Cooper, for his sobriety. And yeah, it was just amazing to be there and to be part of that. So special. And to all of you out here that are battling with addiction, go ahead and reach out to the Salvation Army. They have a lot of help for the ARC programs. I know that we have an ARC program here in Hawaii, so go ahead and reach out. And look, it's Monday. You know what that means. I got Stephen Tsai on deck here. So without further ado, let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. Former St. Louis high school baseball player Caleb Lomavita showed out at the MLB Combine. This kid led St. Louis to the ILH title this past year and is headed to Cal to play ball, but he went and did this Combine. For me personally, I don't know a whole lot about the MLB Combines because I've only ever been part of football combines. Right, but my son is playing baseball. He's headed to Arizona to play ball out there. So I'm starting to learn and pay more attention to those details. And Caleb went and did his thing. And again, I can only assume that you're gonna run bases, right? I don't know if they're still in the 60 or is it home plate the first, a double, right? How fast you doing that? Obviously, you're gonna hit. You're gonna do some infielding. You're gonna be catching. You're gonna be doing the most. And I think a baseball combine, you get to showcase a lot more of the skill. And speaking of skill, Caleb is talented all over the place. He's a catcher. He's a pitcher. He plays both corners on the infield, first base and third base, as well as an outfielder. So he's extremely versatile, and he is, I believe, 5'10", 5'11", 180 pounds. That is a solid stature for a baseball player. So Caleb, shout out to you, brother. Shane Victorino, Colton Wong, Isaiah Kanafalefa, and so many more before, and now we have the new crop of Hawaii-born baseball players coming up the ranks. And I just love that baseball is now getting a lot of that momentum. Right? We had it in football. We're on the map for football. We're on the map for baseball. And that's only the success of our athletes here in whatever sports they do is only going to fuel our future of our athletes over here. The young kids, the ones that are coming up. And it's just so inspiring, so motivating for these young kids who go off to these camps, right? Football camps, baseball camps, trying to be like the next, I want to be the next Colton Wong now. Hey, I want to be the next Caleb Lomavita. And hey, for me, I'm hoping that my son goes and has that opportunity and does his thing, and maybe someone's going to be aspiring to be the next Chad Owens Jr. Shout out to you, boy. Keep working hard. And that's one of the things that makes Caleb extremely special. And all athletes, I want you to listen to this. All young, aspiring athletes. It's not just about talent. It's about working hard with that talent, right? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So if you can combine the two, you give yourself a huge opportunity and advantage over everyone else. So keep working hard, brother. Good luck. And we'll see you at the top. Man. And on a national level, I don't know if you guys seen this. It was all over social media. But the Tour de France got started, and there was a huge pileup caused by a fan with a cardboard sign leaning over way too far to get on TV, whatever his motives were to get in, right? Ended up hitting veteran rider Tony Martin, which caused him to fall and eventually taking so many others down with him. And it just caused a major pileup. It's ridiculous. And here's why it's ridiculous. Fans are warned, right, and told to respect the safety of the riders. Don't get too close. You're not allowed to get too close. Well, guess what? Guess what's going to happen because of this? Because of that fan. Fans aren't going to be able to get that close. Period. They're going to be barricaded way back. And if they aren't doing that, Tour de France needs to do that to ensure the safety of their athletes. I mean, it happens in other sports. Look at a baseball game. When an outfielder is going for a ball that's close to the sidelines, I'm just gonna call it the sidelines, right? The rails where fans are right there, and a fan reaches over the rail to catch a ball. Athlete, the player's trying to get the ball. You've seen it before, how fans stole the out. I mean, that's a little too much, right? As fans, we can't, because I've been on the other side as an athlete. Fans, we can't overstep the boundaries, because as athletes, you got to respect it. You're in a position. If you're sitting courtside at a basketball game, you gotta be respectful. Don't be chirping. I get it's part of the game, right? But don't be getting personal with these players. Don't say things to aggravate them. They're people too. Right? Don't forget that. Athletes are people as well. And so I think you're going to start to see a trend in sports of fans starting to get a little bit more space between them and the athletes to ensure the player's safety. So I hope everyone that was involved in that pileup is okay and is able to go on and ride on into the next race. All right, at this time, I'm bringing my guy, Stephen Tsai, the sports guru, on to join us to talk local sports and some exciting news for college athletes. So let's check it out. All right, Stephen Tsai, the sports guru, my guy. Hey, welcome back to the show, brother. How was the weekend?
Okay, man. You've been what, in 2 states in 1 day or something like that? Or
well, it seems like that. I was in Vegas last week on a charity golf tournament. Got there on Wednesday. And yeah, Vegas, man, a blink of an eye and it goes by. And we're on that last flight, 2 a.m. departing out of Vegas. I arrived at 5 a.m. this morning. So a little jet lag, but hey, nonetheless, it's game time,
You know what? That best flight. That's the best idea they ever did. Saves people an extra hotel night and get out the right time. And, that's a beautiful thing. I think the University of Hawaii used to kind of do that under Greg McMackin. He used to end up in Vegas and they, after games, and they take the 2 a.m. flight back, and and they get the day started on Sunday, or don't get the day started on Sunday.
Yeah, no, it's great, man. It's great. It's great to get back and get at it. Speaking of which, let's get at this, man. So you have an article talking about Hensley, right?
J.R. Hensley, former University of Hawaii football player, offensive lineman, great, funny guy. I thought he was never going to play again because he shows up. He missed the last 4 games of his senior year in 2019. He's got a foot in a big brace and everything. He's in a wheelchair. I think he tore quad muscles, 3 of the 4 quad muscles, and I thought that was it. But he rallied back, and now he's playing in the indoor football league. And I think somebody I know used to play in the indoor football league. What was that like?
That's it, man. Yeah. So the Arena Football League, the Indoor Football League, it was a great experience for me. It was sort of a rebounding, year for me, Stephen. And, going from getting drafted in the NFL, my NFL career didn't go the way I wanted it to. And the Arena Football League sort of provided me a platform to just get back to playing ball. Right? Yeah, you get paid, but it's not much.
Mm-hmm.
but just to get back to playing ball, believing in yourself again. And unfortunately, I tore my ACL towards the ending of my 2008 year in the CFL. I mean, in the AFL, in which I was doing very well. And I was sort of getting ready to get back into the NFL. That thing was going to give me an opportunity. But I tore my ACL, and, I rehabbed and had a lot of success in the CFL. But the Arena Football League is a fun league. It's very tight, intimate. The crowd, the fans, it's a fun league. So, I'm excited to see what he does there.
You know what's great too about you? I think you played 3 games, then you got hurt, and you were named Special Teams Player of the Year. Those were a heck of a 3 games, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was amazing. I think, I don't know how many games it was, Stephen. But my goal was to come in and make an immediate impact because I wanted to get back into the NFL. I was ready, and I guess I wasn't ready. I tore my ACL. I needed to rehab from that, and ultimately, I wasn't meant to go play in the NFL. I was meant to go play in Canada and to do all those things, meet all the wonderful people that I met up there, and I had a great career, man.
And the one thing JR says he loves about it is that there's talent there, because there's so much talent in football, and that there's talent in those leagues. It's smaller, and you're playing football. He says your place is, he's a single guy still, so I mean, your place is paid for. You get food money, you get to stay, you get to work out. They do all kinds of things. Apparently, they're doing, I don't know, cyber therapy, something where cryptotherapy, cryotherapy, something to do with freezing people and things like that.
Yeah, cryotherapy. It's instead of doing a 10-minute whatever cold tub, the ice and the water, the cryotherapy is you go in this tank, and it's basically the what is it? Is it the
some kind of like liquid thing, or
it's like liquid nitrogen. Yes,
yeah.
that filters through this tank, and it's that the not the steam, but that cold from the liquid nitrogen. You're not in anything but that cold air, and the treatment's only 2 minutes. So you go from that, and then you're supposed to go right onto a bike or something and get some blood flow, and you're done. But it's the same, impact as sitting in an ice tub for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So
great. And I mean, so again, you're getting all these things. You're getting a pro football experience. You're right, not as much money and everything, but you're playing football. And, this leads to something, or maybe it doesn't lead to something. But the fact is, he's playing football. And for a lot of people, they don't get to do that.
That's it. And it's a huge step, right? It's a stepping stone in life, not just in sports, but in life, right? He was able to come back from an injury. He told himself he wanted to play again, and he's playing, he's doing it. So it's a huge accomplishment. And whatever comes after this will just be a bonus.
Yeah.
Right. And so on that note, man, speaking of bonuses, speaking of like future and extra things, it looks like college athletes will be able to start getting paid and use their names and likeness now, as opposed to not being able to in however many years it's been of college sports. So you want to touch on that a little bit, Stephen? I know Jay Verdon had a story on that. I think it's a huge topic. I think the timing couldn't have been any better because of the way athletes are today, social media. They can do so much for themselves utilizing, a platform and a following. They got to be able to take advantage of it. They work hard. They earn that celebrity status, right? Once you get in college, you start making some plays, you become a celebrity in college. And hey, you deserve to start making some money and using your name.
Yeah, and right. I think a guy like Calvin Turner should profit off of. He made Hawaii last year. I think Chevron Cordero, Darius Muasau, those guys should get some sort of compensation for doing the things they do. And there is, except maybe not always in Hawaii, but there is a big pie, especially Michigan, Alabama. Those guys should be getting something for helping to help the school, because you got to realize college football and colleges are businesses. I mean, they're
big time.
They make money from, enrollments and endowments and donations and things like that. There should be money spread to people who are helping them make money. The problem I see, though, down the road is like for first of all, if you're a non-revenue sport, if you're a swimmer and you want to cut of the pie, there is no pie. I mean, there might not be a sport. If it comes down to just basic economics and you get paid for what you bring to the sport. Well, if your sport's not bringing any money, maybe you don't get paid. Maybe there is no sport. Maybe it goes only to the people who play the sport. The other thing too, you got to kind of worry about is how does this affect within the team? You know, it's not like the professionals where you are the top guy, you get the most money. If not, you get the basic salary. But you know, what happens if you're just, you know, the third string linebacker or something? Are you going to be content, you know, having just scholarship, whereas someone else next to you is getting tons of money? I don't know. It affects things and affects playing time and affects, you know, just overall chemistry.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of things that this is big, Stephen. There's a lot of moving parts here, and you know, I want to just go back to the swimming thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not necessary that you're going to be getting paid from the school, but if you're a college swimmer, and there's a company out there that maybe the owner of the company, his daughter was a swimmer, or whatever, and you know, you have someone that likes your look and wants to leverage what you do in college, you go do that. Like, you don't necessarily, because right now you can't get paid. Like you just can't get paid on something like that, utilizing your likeness, your name. And I'm talking outside of the university. So that you should be allowed to 100%. And that's what they should be doing. Now, as far as the university paying players, number one, scholarship stipends need to go up, right? That's going to create the even playing field where all athletes are going to be getting paid, scholarship athletes, a little bit more. So that should help them, right? Now you're talking about walk-ons, you know, walk-ons, like for me, hey, I walked on, I wasn't getting that scholarship stipend. So when I started playing and I made a name for myself, I wouldn't have seen those benefits of me playing until that summer, right? I could have leveraged that BYU game in that year and made some hay and made a lot of money for the rest of my career in college. Now, you know, you want to talk about division of the locker room. Hey, if I'm the fourth string quarterback, I can't complain that the first string quarterback's getting this money. I didn't win that job, right? If I'm the all conference left tackle and the rest of the offensive linemen aren't all-stars, they can't get mad at that, right? They shouldn't. And this is where I think they're going to get good practice of what professional sports is like, because not everyone gets paid the same. In business, in life, at every job you go to, Stephen, not everyone gets paid the same. CEO, right? President, management, so on down the line.
Yeah.
You don't get paid the same, but you get paid according to performance. Hey, you want to go and put out, you go earn that money, right? Jersey sales. If the starting running back, the star running back is just a Heisman candidate, he's obviously going to be selling a lot of jerseys. And the colleges are going to want to leverage that guy, right? So those are going to be opportunities for those types of guys to get a percentage, right? So there's so many angles to this that they definitely need to sit down, and I'm sure they have already. And how is this all going to be divided? How is this going to be, you know, least amount of conflict? And that's the way I see it. And I hope it works out for them, because these athletes deserve to get paid, especially when, you know, they're using their likeness, right? Photos to promote seasons. If I'm on the cover, Chevron there, I'm on the cover of the season tickets, you know, promoting that. Hey, I get a kickback from season ticket sales. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. And it raises the question, okay, does college athletes need to start getting agents now? You know?
Yeah, but I would stay out of that. I would like the college athletes to sort of keep the money more to themselves, right?
Right. But you know what I'm
right.
saying, right? But if you get an agent, now you're taking an agent, what they can do for you, you're getting university money, but they can help get you corporation money.
Outside money. I can see the outside money. Sure.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
But, two things I really like about sort of the movement is that, one, a lot of people have kind of benefited off of this. In the old days, walk-ons couldn't get anything. Now they're included in the meals. I don't know. Remember back in the old days when you were walk-on and people had to sneak food to you like in cups and trays and stuff like that and meet you in the back lot. Well, you know what? Those days are gone now. Walk-ons get to eat. Walk-ons are treated like human beings. You practice, everyone gets fed. It's not like, only the stars or the people on scholarship.
Yeah, that was ridiculous, man. That made you feel like you weren't anything.
Right.
And so I'm glad they fixed that.
And the other thing too is what they have to get rid of is nowadays, if you join as a walk-on, you have to wait 2 years to get a scholarship before you get or else it counts as like an initial scholarship and everything. I think after your first year, if you're good enough, put you on scholarship and let it just be, because at least you paid that 1 year and everything. And I think that's I hope that kind of changes, because that'll encourage more people who don't have chances initially get scholarships and get it faster. Because whatever you want to say about UH being a little more affordable than other places, it's still expensive. And the third thing I really like about the whole movement and everything is it brings back the NCAA football game. Because my son and I used to play that, and he always took Hawaii, and I would take Virginia Tech, all different types of teams, and he'd always cheat because he'd always have Timmy Chang throwing bombs to Chad Owens, and he'd score and score. But I like that, bringing that back, and that's why that was fun. It was fun, and you could see those players, and they became stars and everything, but they didn't get a cut of that money. I think the game's back. It creates interest in the game, and the players being represented in that game should get paid for it. For their
Absolutely. They do need to bring NCAA football back. And here's the question. You bring something like that back, do they have, can you go back in time and select the 2004 University of Hawaii team? Who's on that team? Me and a bunch of other players. Now, does that mean we're going to get paid for that? Right. So we'll see how far EA Sports goes with how they create the game and the details and the depth. But hey, I hope they do so, because I'll take a little bit of that pie.
And you know what I'd love to see? Mixing up a little things. I'd love to see Chad Owens catch passes from Cole Brennan.
Hey, you could, that's what I'm saying. You can do it.
You could catch passes from June Jones, even though he was like a backup guy, quarterback, and he wouldn't have got as much money.
That would be fun. That'd be fun. Okay, Stephen, I like where your head's at, man.
Okay, take care, and
But anyway, man, appreciate you so much, Stephen. As always, this is amazing. This is a big movement, a big push, and I'm looking forward to seeing, how these athletes benefit from all of this.
One last thing. If you're going to go play golf tournaments in Vegas and everything, why not play in the Manoa Cup? I think you could do it. I think you could do 100 Hughes.
I got to work on my game. I got to work on my game a little bit, Stephen. I think, if I made that a goal of mine, I think I could compete. But the thing about golf, you got to be consistent, right? And shout out to Peter Jung, who won the Manoa Cup, Mariner graduate. It's a stepping stone, right? And this is something that he's got under his belt now, and he's going to build off of this. I believe that's what the article is talking about, that he's going to use this as motivation to, go on to the next thing. I think they're playing at Kapolei for the next tournament. There's a few other local golfers, and I'm telling you, man, golf hasn't been more exciting. Golf is exciting. I actually sit and watch golf now. I guess because I'm getting more serious into it. I'm playing a lot more. I watch golf now. I never used to like watching golf. Well, I liked watching Tiger, right? Watching Tiger was like watching Michael Jordan on the court. He just had that energy about him. But, with golf, I want to see I always wonder, okay, can the golf game change? And what I mean by change, not the game, but I think golfers need to start having their own jerseys. They need to have something that fans can go out and purchase and buy and represent. You know, like I alluded to this on I think last week or the week before about how golf is such a quiet sport. You can't say anything, right? Like as an athlete, you feed off of that energy. And I guess that's the golf game. Though you hit a crazy drive, the crowd erupts. You hit that Tiger putt. It drops, and you just see everyone just go crazy. I guess that's what makes it golf, is that the buildup of wanting to cheer, waiting to cheer, and when that shot happens, when that putt happens, you just explode, and that's the moment the golfers look for.
Conversely, though, you don't hear any cheers when it's dead quiet. Oh, silence is painful.
Silence is painful, man. Like it's tough. You know, it's tough. But anyway, look, hey, Manoa Cup.
Oh, one last thing on golf. We forgot to mention Scott Simpson, former PGA player. You know what? He's now the University of Hawaii golf coach. That's pretty amazing to get a guy of high standard in coaching in the University of Hawaii men's team. We don't hear much about the UH men's golf team. Maybe with this great leadership of Scott Simpson, maybe we'll hear more.
Yeah, let's go. Golf is on the rise, man. All you parents out there, I'm telling you right now, all you new parents, newborns, golf clubs. Hey, give them the sticks. Just have them swinging those sticks, man. Golf is the way to go. All right, Stephen, man, appreciate you so much. I'll see you later. Enjoy the week, buddy.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you. Aloha.
Big mahalo, Stephen. As always, love having you on, brother. And I'm glad you also had a great week, and I'm happy that you brought that up. Maybe I will start practicing a little bit more and try to get into that Manoa Cup as an amateur. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna take you up on that. I'm gonna maybe pursue that. But thank you so much, brother. Enjoy the rest of your week. And to all of you watching, thank you so much as well. That is it for today's show. Start the week off strong. It's Monday. Go get a walk in, go get a run, go get a lift, right? Do something physical today to push yourself physically, okay? Because we go through that at work, the mental stress that comes along with that. Let's go decompress, hit the gym, hit the beach, get outside, get some fresh air, and I'll see you come Hump Day Wednesday.